Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Wednesday morning at 11:21. Want to say hi?
Hello.
We are out hitting some thrift stores during the week, and
What was this?
because now that it's yard sale season, during the week we hit up the thrift stores, and on the weekends we
pound the yard sales.
pound it.
Yeah.
Pound it.
That reminds me of the Kevin Hart movie.
Oh.
Never mind. Go. Anyway.
This video, I touched on it last night on the Pickers Church and stuff, but
Is this a serious one?
you know, it's probably going to really tick off some people. But the title, I mean, if you saw this title, the title is The Reseller Mindset: Success or Failure. Because ultimately, guys, your mindset as a reseller will dictate whether you succeed in this or if you fail in this. And trust me, if your mindset is not right, you will fail.
Well,
that sounded serious. I'm talking about
overall. I know what you're saying.
I'm talking about
Go.
you can't go into working in a clothing store if you hate clothes. You know, you can't be a car salesman if you hate car salesmen, or if you hate American cars. I mean, you cannot. You've got to get your mind right, and you need to look at it from a business standpoint as dollars, profit.
Okay, what do you mean by this?
What I mean by this is, if you get so hung up about the prices that you're seeing out there, and
in thrift stores,
and you can't get over it, and it consumes you, and it causes you to constantly be complaining and like, what is going on? It's
you need to put things into perspective.
What you're doing when you're complaining is you're placing blame, whether you think you are or not. Okay, you're thinking to yourself, I'm complaining about this because I can't get something at the price I want to make a profit that I want. So if you're in this mindset, you have blinders on. Okay, say for instance you think Goodwill is just super stupidly priced. Okay, oh, Goodwill, they're just way overpriced. So you walk into Goodwill with that mindset, I guarantee, without a doubt, no questions asked, you're going to walk past stuff that's going to make you good money, because you're not looking, because you already have it in your mind that the Goodwill CEO makes too much money. You've already got it in your mind that Goodwill treats their workers like slaves and pays them like slaves. You know, you only know a little bit about the whole Goodwill concept. You read a lot of it's not true.
Just because it's on Facebook doesn't make it news.
Just because it's on Facebook or Snopes or doesn't make it true. And it's just ridiculous. If you want to complain about the actual business aspect of Goodwill, then educate yourself on it. Just don't go buy off stuff you've heard. But throwing all of that aside, as a reseller, it's about dollars and cents, right? Okay? If you're so dead set against it, then don't go there. Okay? Don't use the argument, they pay their people bad, that's why I can't get a good deal there. Or the CEO makes too much money, that's why they price their stuff too high. I mean, because all it is excuses. And you've got to get out of that mentality. You know, say I'm a Baptist, okay? And I go to this church, I'm driving down the street and there's this church sale I see a church sale, and you know, I'm in there looking, and I'm finding good stuff, and I find out they're atheists who are having this church sale. Okay, you have your dollars and cents, and then you have your moral compass. Okay, you're thinking, you know, and it's a personal choice. You can say, no, I don't want to, you know, spend my money here for whatever reason. Or, you know, I think if there was like some skinheads, you know, the hate group having a yard sale, I would probably just drive past it. I would probably would just drive past it. But I'm not going to go on this big rant about how I hate skinheads and, you know.
Because you're totally missing the point. What is your goal here? Is it to complain to the point where you just make yourself miserable in your little business? Or, I mean, no, it's pointless. What are you gaining in your business by dwelling and obsessing about something that you have no control over? Sorry.
Yeah.
I just said
what she said. I mean, but ultimately, it's, if you have that much negative. Okay, here's a good example.
Hurry up, because we're at the thrift store.
I actually I sell paper clips, and I have them produced in China. Okay, there's a company that produces them in China for me. Okay, that company keeps raising their prices every year. So, do I sit there and just whine and complain? And it's like, no, I go find somebody else that's going to produce these for me. Okay, and if I can't find somebody else that's going to produce these for me at the price that I want, then I need to look at my business. I need to look and say, okay, can I continue to stay in business, you know, with the rates of these suppliers who are wanting to make them for me? And what am I doing? I'm looking in at me. I'm not complaining about, because that's just the way business is. So it doesn't do me any good to complain that this guy's charging me this much money to make this paper clip, you know, and if I can't find it anywhere else at this price, then that's on me. It's not on those companies. And that's the point I'm trying to make. I think so many people are looking at this all wrong.
Well, and I think part of the root of it is, right now eBay is slow. I mean, it's a slow time for everyone. And some people are looking for someone to blame. I think in the overall picture, they're nitpicking. You know what I mean? Like they're kind of wanting to, and I understand it's frustrating when things are slow and, you know, money's tight, and I understand that. We totally get that. It's just, you've got to look inward and not.
I just cannot get over all the bashing.
I'm going into the thrift store, so you guys,
I'll be in there in a second.
I'll see you soon.
Because this is important, and I don't want to come off as a pompous ass or, oh, you think you know everything. No, but what I do think I have is the right mindset when it comes to how to deal with the market. And trust me, Goodwill prices, Salvation Army prices, that is the market. That is our sourcing market. Garage sales. When you walk up into a garage sale and you see the prices are high, you either try to negotiate them down or you turn around and walk away. You don't get mad that the prices are too high. You just don't. You're going to be miserable. And for those who want to say, use the CEO and Goodwill's business practices, you know, don't sit there and say how they're horrible and this and that and they're evil and they treat their workers bad, they pay them minimal and they raise their prices, and then in the same breath tell me that you spend $200 a week there. It's like, stand behind what you believe. Don't be a hypocrite, you know, because it just, I don't get it. If I hate someplace that bad, if I'm that against what they are, I will not give them my business, period. And then that's the time when I have to say, is it worth me not sourcing from them and making a profit to stand up for what I believe? And when it comes to, like I said earlier, the skinheads or something like that, yeah, I'll just drive past. It's no big deal. Religions, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me. I'll go to any churchyard sale. I really don't have a problem with that. And it just comes down to the dollars and cents, guys. And if you stray away from that, if you go down these rabbit holes, and you know, if you want to complain, you know, I made a post saying, you know, if Goodwill has a t-shirt, they get it for free, because everybody calls Goodwill a crook. And I said, if Goodwill has a t-shirt and they get it for free, they sell it for $10, okay, I go, because that's a high price for a t-shirt, Goodwill, correct? Yeah, that's a high price for a t-shirt. I buy that t-shirt for $10 and sell it for $100. Ultimately, in the overall moral big picture, who's the crook? I guess that would be me, because I literally made, you know, $90 on $10. But what you don't understand is it's not an argument, because we're in the business of buying low and selling high, okay? And for the last time, don't come at me and saying, well, Goodwill's supposed to be helping the poor people, okay? Well, if that's the case, then what the hell are you, as a reseller, going in there and buying stuff then, okay? So if you think that Goodwill is there to they should be pricing their items so the poor people can buy them, then you have no business even walking in the store, okay? And that's not what they're designed for. Goodwill is about programs. They're not about, I don't think, but several people, you can look up their mission statement. I don't think they're about feeding people. I don't think they're about clothing people. I think they're about programs for the disabled and the handicapped and stuff like that, to help them, you know, instead of sitting at home not being able to do anything, it gives them an opportunity to get out there and do that. And I think you should just educate yourself before you bash something that you don't know about. I really don't want this to be a super negative thing, but it's all about the mindset. And don't get caught up with the aspect of you think something's wrong, so you're gonna let it bother you, and every time you hear the word, you're gonna go off. And there's a lot of people like that. There is and I'm gonna sit here and say it, there's a ton of people like that, and I just don't understand it. Somebody said, I've never made a profit on any item I've ever bought at Goodwill. It's like, wow. Either one, they're passing up stuff that's going to make them money, or they're not willing to spend over 50 cents on an item. That's the only thing I can come up with. Because to make a statement like that, it just flabbergasts me. I don't understand it. And, you know, maybe I just don't. I'm old school, and I think coming up, you know, doing it the hard way, this is really easy compared to what it used to be. And I'm seeing a lot of people nowadays think that this is the worst thing. Seeing the prices get raised is the worst thing they've ever had to deal with as a reseller. There hasn't been a single store in our area that we've ever lived in, through raising the prices, we still find home runs, and we continue to go there. And if you guys ever go back to our videos, you'll see where I said I hated Salvation Army here. I hated it. I hated it, but we didn't stop going there. And now it's one of my best places for home runs. So it doesn't do any good to give it your energy. If you actually hate it that bad, then just put it out of your life and don't ever deal with it again. Make it your ex, you know. You know, that ex-wife that you don't want to hear from anymore, or that ex-husband, is you just block them out, because all it's going to do is suck the energy from you and put you in the wrong mindset. You can't go out making money expecting to lose money, and you just cannot operate like that. And I urge you and plead with you to change your mindset if you're not thinking right the way. Successful people don't become successful by being negative. Does that make sense? It just, and it's, sometimes I just got to get downright crappy with some people to say, look, you're looking at it all wrong. And I can say that because I've been doing this for so long. I mean, there's got to come a point in time where you can say, look, you're missing the boat, you're missing the picture, you know, and just, and you can try to talk to them, but sometimes it's like talking to a brick wall. They're so set in their negativity and in their way that they just can't get over it. And it's some type of conspiracy or something, whether it be eBay, Amazon, it's just, and if you think about it, it's always about what they're doing to us that causes us not to have more success. And if you find yourself making statements or thinking that I can't make any money in this place, I can't make any money in this place, I don't even know why I'm here, then you need to step back, rethink. It's like, I'm going to show why this is a good place. And I guarantee you'll find something, guys. I mean, how can I walk into a thrift store after it's been open all day long? Or how can I go to a garage sale in the last 5 minutes of it and find a home run? Because people walk past things. And if that doesn't resonate with you, then I don't know what to tell you. If you're one of these folks that have a huge issue and are stuck in this no money to be made out there type thing, or when it comes to anything, I don't want to leave anything out. This mom and pop thrift store, I don't care if you live in Michigan, I don't care if you live in California, we've traveled a lot and we've stopped at garage sales, we've stopped at thrift stores, we've walked in and we've walked out with nothing. But that doesn't mean that place won't have something a week later. You just, I don't know. Even the crack store that me and Kim used to go to, we would find stuff in there. And that place had nothing but junk. But within that junk, there was some great items. And you've just got to be able to pick them out. And if you don't pick them out, or you can't pick them out, then you need to continue working on your education on identifying things. And if you don't know what it is, then find out what it is. But, you know, I know this is a ramble, but I'm really serious, and your mindset will either make you success or it will make you fail. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's true. If you don't believe me, be negative and see how it won't affect your business negatively. Be positive and you'll see how it will affect your business positively. And if you don't get anything else out of this video, get that. And catch yourself, because I do it to myself a lot. Catch yourself if you're being negative, or if somebody says, hey man, just let it go. You know, think about it instead of arguing with them. You know, Ronnie, he is really good at that with me. And it does help. And I'll step back and be like, you're right, you're right, you're right. And just remember that, and I hope it helps. If this resonates with you at all, leave a comment. If you totally disagree with me, feel free to leave a comment, but I'm telling you what, don't try to justify why Goodwill or Salvation Army is the devil and they do nothing but treat their workers horribly, and because it's not a valid argument with what we do as a business. So we buy stuff and we resell it, okay? I don't ask garage sale people, you know, are you going through a divorce? Well, if you're a woman going through a divorce, then I'm not going to buy this stuff because I think the man should get, I mean, don't go down rabbit holes. It's about dollars and cents. There is a moral compass, and that's not too hard to figure out most of the time. But if you aren't educated on something, don't automatically assume they're bad and listen to all the bullcrap gossip about them. So these companies don't get to where they're at because they're thieves and snakes, and it's just unreal to hear some of this stuff that people are spewing. So once again, I'm putting myself out there to suck in all the hate, so feel free, guys, if you disagree with me. But you know me, I'm honest. I'll tell you what I feel, and I hope I lead you in the right direction. So thank you, and Kim will probably hate me for creating controversy, but sometimes it just needs to be said. Thanks, guys.